And that costs like $200 million, I think. So understand that these big established companies, they have a lot of money to just blow to help give exposure to the brand. What does Vemma do? They know that Verve, being a better product, won't sell when in a store next to Red Bull. Why, as consumers, we don't buy it, we don't know. So let's take a more social approach. Let's dump our ad budget into people, into the everyday consumers to go and share it with our family, friends via word of mouth. Something we do all the time already. I'm going to call you out in back there in the LRG shirt because I like LRG a lot. If I ask you where you bought that, what's your name, by the way? Dylan, if I ask you where you bought that shirt, you'd probably tell me, maybe Zoomies, maybe something like that at the mall. I'm going to go to Zoomies and I'm going to be like, yo, Dylan was wearing that shirt, it was sick, I want to get it. They're never going to send Dylan a check in the mail, right? My buddy told me about the new J. Cole album, which if you guys haven't heard is great. I don't know if you guys like J. Cole, but he told me about it, and I'm like, all right, perfect. I'm going to go download it illegally. Like, exactly like what people do, right? And J. Cole, I promise you guys, never sent my friend a check in the mail, even a thank you letter at that. So my point being is that first thing we do when we try we see a new movie, try new food, hear a new song, we go and tell our friends, dude, my Twitter feed is just like, the Fast and the Furious was sick, or never eat sushi, or, something, right? It's like something that someone had happened to them that either liked or didn't like. And if they liked it, chances are that they're our friends being people we share common interests with, we're going to go on to try it, guys. So these companies see that times are changing. We don't watch commercials unless it's the Super Bowl. At least I don't. I'm driving around with Maggie on my phone. I look up, it'll be in a new area. I don't see billboards. I'm on my phone the entire time, guys. And it's just like times are changing with it. Ways of advertising changing. These companies are adapting very well to those changes. So how does it work? Who here has a Facebook? Show of hands. Probably everyone. We're just in Syracuse. These guys keep bashing on them. They don't have Facebook up there, so it's really awkward when I ask that. No hands went up. And their Twitter is their thing up there, which it's kind of funny. But everyone has a Facebook, right? Or at least you had one at a point in time. You never saw it on a billboard TV ad or maybe on the NASCAR. You probably heard about Facebook from a friend. You probably had a MySpace at the time. You're like, Facebook's really dumb. I don't want it. I'm going to keep MySpace. Enough friends told you to check it out, so you finally did. It was a better product, so you started using it. MySpace went out the window. Guys, Verve's a better product when compared to everything we already buy. People are becoming consumers of it. The other stuff's out the window. Okay, what do we do with our Facebook? We create a really big social network of people that use it. Daily, weekly, monthly, whatever. Product users of the Facebook. The problem is Zuckerberg is really smart. He's sitting in his dorm room like a complete genius. He's like, I can make this thing, and all these kids are going to run around excited and build my business for me. The best part is I don't even have to pay them. He walked away with $13 billion, and he married that girl, and now they're living out God knows where. Never have to worry about money ever again. Okay, the only difference between Vemma and that is that in Vemma, direct sales, they pay half their revenue, 50 cents on every dollar they see come from Verve, the protein, the weight loss, the vitamin, whatever, back out to us, guys. If you guys like Verve tonight and you have no interest in the business, great. You have the option to become a consumer. There's nothing stopping you. But a lot of times young people want to become a consumer of it and be given that added opportunity to go on to share it with people and build income. You're given a free website, guys. All you do to start is become a consumer of a better product. I've introduced this to 14 of my friends in 13 months, guys, like one a month. Okay, it doesn't take everyone. Is it for everyone? No. I'll be the first to tell you that. If you come into this thing and don't do anything, you're not going to make money. It's like having a gym membership, dude. I go I always bash myself. You guys probably heard this. I go once a month because I'm always traveling and I don't really see results. So I can't call the gym a scam. I don't eat right. I drink a body every other meal because I'm just in a run. I don't eat right. Go to the gym very rarely, and I don't see results. I can't run around and be like, oh, the gym doesn't work. Don't go. Where you've got, John or Ben over here, ripped out of their mind. Probably eating right, probably going to the gym, frequently. They clearly see results. It's working for them. Vemma works if you work. The only way it works is if you work. The more you work, the more it works. And only if you work. I think I messed that up. Sometimes I can just fly through that. But yeah, I think you guys get the point. It's completely on you. It's a proven system where people have made money. Yeah, there's a lot of people that haven't. It doesn't matter, dude. People would argue there's a lot of people that haven't made money, haven't succeeded in life, right? It's at the end of the day, it's all on you. Because I got excited when a year ago a kid was like, yeah, this is what I've done. If you want to do it, great. If not, great, no big deal. And I'm going to find people that want to. More importantly, he was willing to teach me what he had done. He had time and financial freedom. He was willing to teach me, and that's when I kind of pulled the trigger. I've been doing this 13 months, introduced it to 14 friends. I think I said that, only 7 of which stuck with it. Doesn't matter. You run with the runners. You got 7 people. Are the reason I've got close to 4,000 active orders that go out of my business or a network, however you want to look at it, storefront monthly, directly through me or indirectly through someone that I've brought in and helping build this business. If I bring someone in, does that limit them to less money? No. It took me 10 months to go 0 to 100 grand a year, which is fast. Guys, Joe Bruno came on our network. You may have heard the name. He just did it in 7. Meaning, yeah, if he continues at this rate, we've taught him what works and what doesn't. If he continues at this rate, give him a couple months, I promise he'll pass me. That's a great problem for me to have. Yeah, he's out-earning me. He's in my network, okay? The only difference between this and the corporate world is that a lot of times your upper management is going to sit you down and be like, hey, I'm going to help you set goals. I'm going to teach you what I know. And I want you to make more than me today. We're in this business. We literally do that. Okay, guys, I've been doing it again. 13 months as of this month. This thing should be paying me at the rank of ambassador, which is my goal, about $250,000 a year. I'm 20 years old, no hours, no boss. I travel with my friends. I do what I want, when I want, with who I want. Don't clock in for anyone. And I made like 15 grand last month, guys. And I don't say that to brag or to boast or impress anyone here, but you should see me, like come up and like meet me. Like I'm very average, just above average goals and aspirations, and saw this as my vehicle, being the second highest paid professional in the world in pro sports and one of the fastest growing industries in the world right now. Again, adapting to these changes that we're experiencing in the culture as my best shot to go out and make a lot of money. There are books by Robert Kiyosaki, Donald Trump, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, very successful people, as we all know, that speak very highly of this industry. So what that tell me? Yeah, I should probably read these books. Is it weird that school doesn't teach us to read these books? And like, how many, I don't know, it just didn't make sense that I was in class learning for something like 60 grand a year about how to make money. It didn't make sense, right? My big thing is, guys, it's like it's working. You want to take advice from people that have what you want in life. If you want to be good at soccer, David Beckham, dude, you want to be good at golf and maybe, cheating on your wife, Tiger Woods. If you want to, be good at, if you want to be successful and wealthy in life, guys, study someone that's done it. It's that simple, dude. Do what they do, say what they say, get what they get every single time. In this business, we create the workout plan for you. Pretend like you're new to the gym, I'm your personal trainer. Here's what to eat, here's what to do every single day. You do this, it'll work, you don't, it won't. It's ultimately up to you to work out, right, guys? But our logic is that if moms and lotion, like rubbing lotion on each other, can go 0 to 11 billion a year with Avon. You guys have heard of that company? It's like, our moms, like around the dinner table, like, sorry, not to bash any moms if they are here. With their wine glasses and, like, lotion. 11 billion a year, guys? It's like, what's going to happen? And like, as emails are like, getting popular, what's going to happen when young people get all that same concept of a healthy alternative to energy and an ability to make incomes that are nowhere else obtainable in a really, really bad economy? Guys, 1 in 2 kids graduate right now and cannot find work. The average starting salary is like 30 grand a year. And student loan debt, not only have the interest rates just doubled, if you guys didn't see that all over the news, but they're higher than credit card debt, which tells me the system that we're all taught to go and follow isn't working. It's flawed to an extent. Am I telling you to drop out of school? Absolutely not. I believe in education. I think self-education, you can learn anything out of a book over, learning from people that don't live the lives you want. But I'm saying keep your options open, because if we don't, we're going to get stuck, and we're going to, Maggie says it all the time, if you don't change with the times, you're going to get left behind, guys. So get really excited. This thing is working. It's never been working so well. We've never known so much about what to do, what not to do. We teach what to do. There's like 40 kids in my network that are in new cars. Some of these guys are coming up next this month, which is crazy. When have we ever heard about kids our age driving $50,000 BMW, Mercedes, or Mini Cooper? Is the one guy on the Mini Cooper. Sorry to call you out. It's paid for by Vemma, guys. You see the Vemma stickers down on them. Ours are out in the driveway, unfortunately, like way at the top. We're a little late. But go up and check them out, take a picture, show your skeptical friend, whatever you've got to do, guys. Just understand that this is happening. My last thing is that, again, it's like if I stopped Vemma tomorrow, it will not stop it from getting really, really, really big. If one person in here hadn't gotten Facebook, it would have still gotten big. Most of us probably didn't invest in Apple in the 90s, yet there was still an opportunity there for a lot of people. It didn't take most of us to get Avon from 0 to 11 billion, Amway 0 to 12 billion. Do you understand Amway this year, the cleaning supplies and pillowcases that I talked about, will do $250 million each week? That's what Vemma's going to do this year. Can you hear about Vemma today, whether you take it for what it's worth? I really don't care. I'm not saying to be like mean, but like, it just doesn't matter. There are enough people out there that are looking for this, and we're looking for them. But guys, it's like hearing about Vemma tonight is like hearing about Apple in the 90s. And again, in a couple years, it'll be an opportunity, but nothing like the one that you have in front of your face right now, guys. So I took it for what it was worth. It's definitely working for me. I'm going to shut up because I'll talk for literally hours and I don't want a tight clock. I want to introduce Maggie, guys. Best girl in my business. She kills it way over most of the guys even. She's going to be, again, the next presidential in my business. Give it up for her.
This is awesome. I'm excited to be out here. Sorry if we were kind of quick. But my name's Maggie. I don't really know what to say after that. He kind of covered everything. But I'll share my story. I'm 19 years old. I go to Bloomsburg University with Jesse and Poe and a lot of guys that you know. This fell into my lap a year ago. I was working at Wawa on the night shift, actually, when Turner Simon and Tyler Schwalling came to me about this idea. I was skeptical, didn't really know what was going on. thought I knew everything about everything over at Wawa, when really I knew nothing about anything. And finally, like, I was at a grad party one night, and everybody was talking about Turner and Tyler, like, $500 doing this thing, like, and I was like, Tyler, what's going on? What's going on? They kept asking me. He was like, you just gotta come to my house. You gotta come to my house. Just come to my house. I was like, all right. So I went to his house the next day. Met Luke Kish, who at the time had made $4,000 his first 2 months of the business. You know where he's at now. And I heard the whole thing out, and like everybody in that home event was like, dude, it's never gonna work. Like all this stuff. And I was like, what did I just hear? Like it completely blew my mind. I quit my job that night. Hopped on board, introduced it to about 5 people. One being Jesse Munt, who I would be absolutely nowhere without. He's going to come up here in a second, but 5 people have turned into over 2,800 active orders going through my business on a monthly basis. Like they said, you do out the math. I'm on track right now to hit presidential 12 months into the business this month, which is like crazy. It's like almost scary. Like I don't even feel like it's really yet. But guys, my big thing is that it's working. Like if I can do this, you can do this. Nobody's here to stop you. Or nobody's going to stop you. No one's here to convince you, to pressure you to do anything. If this is for you, great. If not, great. But what I realized was that I needed Vemma more than Vemma needed me. Because I was on this path that just wasn't going to cut it. Like partying, drinking, smoking 8 days a week in a sorority at Bloomsburg. Like if you knew me before this whole thing, you would literally be like, if Maggie can do this, anybody can do this, guys. Which is funny, but it did a complete 180 for me. You know, I've grown into a person I never thought I would be, you know, with confidence and all this other stuff, and be able to teach other people and just go and share this positive message is the coolest thing in the world, guys. So if it's for you, great. At the end of the day, if it's not, great. You know, but like I said, I was realizing it was going to happen with or without me, and this company is going to be something really, 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 really big. Like, I feel like I could be up here and be like, guys, like, we're going to scrub toilets for the next year, and after that, we're going to make as much money as we want. Like, me and you, scrubbing toilets. You guys would be like, yeah, where are we scrubbing? Like, this is great. And I just not even half as bad. Like, I've been best friends with Tyler for so long. Or we say, like, friends, blacking out on the weekends. Like, this is what we were doing. But, yeah, guys, you know, it's like, it's not what we do is easy, but it's so simple. And I swear, if you guys left here and everybody really just thought about it, it would make perfect sense. And, like, it makes sense to me. It makes sense to Tyler. It makes sense to a lot of people in this room. But you gotta go home and think about it. It's gotta make sense to you. You know, and the stars have lined up. We've got this perfect opportunity. And like we said, we're not asking you to drop out of school, quit your job, nothing like that. But just keep your options open. Like, realize we network. We built Facebook. We built Twitter. We built Instagram. We built AIM in 6th grade. Like, we do this stuff already, guys. And we've been born and raised to network. You know, and like I said, ways of making money are changing, whether you change with it or you don't. I didn't want to get left behind. I liked being a part of something bigger. Guys, and like, Vemma is way bigger than anybody in this room. It's way bigger than Tyler or Luke Kish or Brad hasn't even at that, guys. Where this is going hasn't even started yet. Like, and it's scary to think about how many young kids are going to be making so much money. But you really just got to realize what fell into your lap. The next 2, 3, 5, 10 years, it's going to be something really, really big. This has never happened before. Like, I'm 19 years old. I made $2,500 last week, and I don't say that to brag, but it's just like, you should look at me and look at these guys and be like, wow, if they can do it, I can do it too. You know, we're traveling around. We were just out in Syracuse, Boston, going to San Diego, like all over the place. So connect with us. Get your questions answered. And don't leave here excited over this idea and let somebody else convince you out of it, guys, because it's real, it's happening. My parents told me not to do this. A lot of my friends told me not to do this. You know, my ex still texts me, like, pyramid scheme, why do you still do that? Like, all this stuff, guys, it's working. You can't contest it. Okay, so with that, I want to bring up Jesse Munt. He's a huge, huge mentor to a lot of people in this room. Huge inspiration to me. Honestly, he's underneath me, makes more money than I do. He's taught me pretty much everything I know. So really good work for him.
That's really cool. Beautiful house. Whatever house it is. Sick as hell. Yeah, it's cool. But I mean, who's like brand new, so I know Ted's got it. Cool. I mean, that's awesome. You guys work at all or not? Cool. Well, I mean, eventually you're gonna have to get a job like most kids do. And that's why we're here. You know, I'm not here to try to sell you Verve. Nobody is here to try to sell you Verve. Flat out, your friend brought you here because they thought you could use a better situation. You know, I use this because, I need a better situation. I thought you could kill it. So, really, my biggest piece of advice for really everybody here is keep an open mind. I'm sure they said this a few times because, yeah, it's going to sound crazy. You're about 19, 20-year-old kids making the numbers. You know, it sounds nuts. It's a little bit unconventional, but it's going to sound different. But, you know, what really caught my attention is that, yeah, if you want a different result in today's economy, you simply just have to do something different. Like 3% of the population that seriously owns all the money in the world because they don't work for a boss. Because they know that, yeah, that's the worst way to make money because you're trading your time for money. You're being told what to do, when to do it. And if you don't listen to what your boss says at any point in time, you're fired. And that's crazy, man. It's like my whole life, you know, it blows my mind. Yeah, I was raised by people, with all due respect to my parents, my teachers, they had no idea how to make money. They're telling me, you know, you have to go to school, get the grades, go to college, get the grades, and eventually you'll fill out a fat-ass resume and go beg someone to hire you. And that's crazy to me. So it's like what I really tell people is take a look, you know, take a look at the people you surround yourself with. If they don't have what you want like this, okay, well, listen to whoever. Listen to his dad, listen to his parents, man. My parents didn't have this. They didn't have the cars, the house, the lifestyle, really anything I wanted. And it blows my mind also going to school, you know, listening to a professor, your quote-unquote business teacher, who makes $60,000 a year trying to teach you guys to go out there and make six figures, you know, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year. So they knew how to do that. They'd be in the real world doing it, you know what I mean? So it just really doesn't add up to me, you know, 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 8. 2 plus 2 equals 4 every single time. So all you have to really do is, once again, find those that have what you want and do what they did. Say the same exact thing they say, and you will get what they have every single time. So that's what I did with Tyler Small, Luke Kish, with all these guys, which, yeah, all you guys know. And it's like, they had what I wanted. So I was coachable as hell, whatever. So I introduced this concept to 3 people only, okay? Nick Pellega right here, 6-figure income earner, my brother picking up his car in like 3 days, and then my other buddy. And from that point on, you guys know it's not about who you know. It's all about who that next person knows. And who they know, and who they know. We turned 3 people in my group to over 2,600 now, growing by over like close to 300 kids a week, which is pretty cool. You know, and yeah, dude, this thing should be paying me close to $250,000 within the next like 2 months. And I don't say that. I'm not here to try to brag to you guys. They said this. We're not here to try to impress you with our numbers. We're not here, most importantly, to talk about what it did for us. But what could that do for you? What could that do for your families? Where else can you go at 19, 20 years old, see a 6-figure income in your first year, start retiring your parents, and pay back your student loans? Probably nowhere else. So really, just in closing with that, I mean, just keep an open mind to it, because it's fun, dude. This is what we do. We meet new people. We help people get out of their current situation. We help people financially. We meet new friends. It's cool. It's the sickest business in the world. It's a lot of fun. And it's like, lastly, if you take anything from what we said, know this is happening. There's no more contesting it. It's going to be big, dude. I mean, everybody here can attest that. It's going to be massive. There's over 35 kids at age of 21 now, making 6 figures and above. I've heard 25 to 30 kids in my group driving these cars. So you just have to make it. Just really comes down to a decision. Flat out. It's not for you. No hard feelings. We're not here trying to beg anybody to do this. We're not here trying to convince anybody to do this. It's not for you. Dude, once again, no hard feelings. But just understand these type of things, they get big with or without anybody. It kind of blows my mind every single day that if I didn't make that one decision, none of this would be here, dude. And that's nuts. So really, if it does appeal to you, great. I'm in this business. All that people come into it. The team aspect, sure, they said this is it's phenomenal. Man, the team aspect is amazing. So it's the newest question. If you don't grow, if you don't succeed, if you don't make money, most importantly, neither do any of us here. And I realized that with Tyler, with Luke, dude, yeah, just listen, man. Just be coachable flat out. And so, really, like Maggie said, get your questions answered. Come up, ask us questions. And if really anything, I appreciate you guys coming out. How to get involved? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So how to get involved, you know, really all you have to do is just buy products. And we're just building a network of people consuming Vemma's products. There's no sign-up fee, no registration fee, no long-term commitment, no contracts. Really, none of that stuff. If you want to come to Vemma, once again, just buy their products. You come in 2 ways. Come on a 2-pack of Verve for $150. But the way that really I guarantee you every single person here came in on, that really over 95% of our business came in on, is a silver builder package is $500. You get 7 cases of Verve, a box of energy shots, basically, yeah, more products. But the reason why we promote that, it's like we don't promote that to try to sell you guys more Verve. What you have to understand is you have $500 a lot for a pair of shoes, or you know, a shirt or something, or a phone or Jordans, whatever it is. But for a global business that can pay you as much money as you guys want it to, it's insane, man. You know, but it's like the reason why we promote that pack is because, yeah, it unlocks the whole entire compensation plan. You get these 2 extra bonuses that 150 pack does not offer. Okay, one's the frenzy bonus. So for every 3 people, so let's say I get you 3 involved in the scene week, doesn't matter what week, any week, you can make up to $700. Okay, very cool. You know, 400 of which because you came in on that pack. Very cool way to build your credibility, get your money back and everything. And then with that too, you get the car qualification